Well, good morning, precious ladies. How are we this fine Monday? Okay, Charlotte, when my video is done, I'm going to go mail your package, okay? Got me some Dr. Pepper. I already drank a coffee this big. Now I'm on to my Dr. Pepper. So let's do some skin and care. Okay? Alright, let's do it to it, okay? First, this is not sponsored by any of my brands that are the brands that I'm using, okay? This is not a sponsored video. I'm going to use the Clinique Wrinkle Correcting Serum. Is it blurry? There we go. I'm going to shoot that in my hand. Rub it in on my hand. Oh. Y'all, this feels so good. Oh my God. Then we're going to go in with the It Cosmetics, and it is Confidence in a Cream. It's a barrier boost. So yeah, I got hair. Rub that into my palm and put it on my face. This goes up here. Yeah. Rub the rest of it that's on my hand, on my arms. And now I'm going to go in with It Cosmetics Hello Wrinkle Results Wrinkle Reducing Daily Retinol Serum in Cream. Yeah. Oops. It shot out this time. This is so moisturizing. I'm doing it all. Let me tell you right now, I'm going to do it all. Oh shit, what? I'm going to go ahead and use this too. My hands are so moisturized that I can't get it open. There we go. This is, it's, Ilho Botox Up. I'm going to put some of this around my lips, because I hate those wrinkles. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Huh? Okay. Now, let's go in with our e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. e.l.f. Skin. I'm just going to put this in my hand. Y'all, this seems to last forever. I use this every day. I'll put it in my hand and rub it in. And then put it on top of all the rest of my stuff and rub the excess into my arms. Y'all, I think this is doing something, because look at them. I mean, yeah, they look better than they did. I wish my hands didn't look so old though, but anyway, that's the way life goes. Okay, now I'm going to use Holy Hydration Thirst Burst Drops by e.l.f. Skin. And I'm just going to put this one on my face. Like so. See how, I mean, you can see the moisture. I mean, look at that. See it? You can just see it. Oh, it feels so good. I'll put that down my neck too. And then I'm going to go in with Holy Hydration Booster Drops, if I can get it open. Let me see if I can get it open with my skirt. Must be running low because it won't pick up. There it went. Which, I got a big tube of this. Or not a tube, but a glass. I got the biggest one. I think it's a glass container. Because I really like this stuff. It feels fabulous. Oh. And you can never have too much moisturizer and hydration in your body. You know what I mean? And then now we're going to go in with this Holy Hydration Eye Cream by Elf Skin. And we're going to put this all over my eyelid included. It just feels fabulous. Yeah, the brush goes with it. Okay, now I'm going to use this stuff. This is a mist stain calming face mist, and it's by REM Beauty. And this is not sponsored by them either. Oh. Okay. Now, let's get to going with. I'm going to use this one today. It is a Temu, and here's the color story. Y'all, I got all this stuff before, all that bullshit with Temu and what they do. So this is all, yeah, this is all my news. I mean, that was, I had this way before all that shit came out in the news. So yeah, I'm gonna go into this color right here. I can't decide what colors I want to use today because it is a very pretty color story. Yeah, that's pigmented, huh? Okay. I ain't lying. As y'all know, we had horses, you know. My granddad gave us each a horse. My horse was named Trixie. And Dynamite was her baby, and that was my sister Teresa's horse, and it was not tame. Mine was tame. And then my sister Wanda also had one, and it was a little pink pony. He was black and white, and his name was Mischief. And I kept telling Teresa that she needed to put the bridle and all that stuff on her horse, and you know, go around with it, and so he could get used to, you know, being handled like Trixie, because I broke Trixie, and she was so calm, and Paint was her baby, but Trixie got up on him. The girl rode around the house 3 different times on that pony and hollering, "Help!" each time she'd go around, and we just laughed because we thought it was hilarious, you know. And then she got back around, and then he bumped her off in the bushes. Well, needless to say, she wouldn't get back on that horse because she's scared of it, because it bucked her off in the bushes. And then I tamed him. My granddad just said I was really good with the animals, and that I needed to do it for Teresa. But I did, trained him, and she was too scared to get back on him. And I told Wanda, get up on him and show her. So Wanda did, rode him around a few times, and Teresa was still scared of him. And so she didn't want to get on him, and my granddad put her up there. And y'all, the horse started running with Teresa on it and bucked her off again. The horse did not like Teresa, okay? Did not like her. And yeah, but we were mean. One time, we found some chocolate gum, and Wanda gave us all a piece, you know, and we're outside playing, and all of a sudden, everybody's bellies started cramping up, and Wanda said, "Oh, oh, oh," and had gas and stuff, and she just went about her business. Y'all, she shit herself. I shit myself. Teresa shit herself. Erin didn't do any because she really didn't have teeth, you know. She's still a little bitty thing. And so Granny came and she said, "Well, what did you eat?" And Wanda said, "Nothing. We just chewed the chocolate gum." And she said, "What chocolate gum?" So Wanda went and got it. Y'all, it was X-Lax. Oh, yeah, we had the shit and diarrheas. But that's what Wanda gets for being nosy. I told y'all about Elvira. She's the one that was the drunk and fell in front of the heater and said we pushed her there. She went down because we fished, you know, and she came down there where we were with my granddad. And my granddad said, "Well, watch them, Elvira, because I'm going to go do some farm work." She said, "Okay." Y'all, she got down there and we were fucking with her. Really bad, I mean fucking with her. I mean, she was easy to fuck with. She's always drunk. But, she fell in the water. She fell in the water and got tangled up in all our fishing lines. And she's hollering. And we're all just looking at her and laughing. And my granddad comes up and said, "What the fuck are you doing? Them damn kids pushed me in the water." And Grandpa said, "I doubt it very seriously that these kids pushed you in the water. Your ass is drunk." And he fished her out of the lake and then tried to get the fishing poles off. He ended up cutting the lines because she was so massively tangled up in there. And we just laughed, and Grandpa said, "Did y'all do it?" And we said, "No, we didn't do it. She did it all by herself." And then, so, Grandpa's like, whatever. And then when we went, because we would go for like a week to my granddad's house, then a week to my granny's house. But my granddad always came to my granny's house. And, we were there. It was our week to visit Granny. And Grandpa was there, and then he had to go finish some stuff up, so he went back to his place. And so Granny said, y'all get your stuff on, get your shoes on. Granny's gonna take y'all with her. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go hang out with Granny. And y'all, I'm gonna try this LA Color skin tint, see what it does. But we got there, and she's drinking beer, and then she's got chasers. She got tequila or something. I think it was tequila. I don't know. It might have been vodka. But she was chasing the vodka with beer, y'all. With 5 little bitty kids with her, and everybody at the bar, it was the same people that came over and over and over, And they, loved seeing the little bitty kids up there. And the bartender always had pickles for us in those big, huge pickle jars. And I liked the beet pickled eggs, beet eggs, and I love those. So she would always get them out for us, the pickles and the beets. And she always kept a stash of sunflower seeds for us. And then made sure that we had food there. She'd bring food from her house for us, because my granny, once she started drinking, it was all over with, So she's just drinking away. And it starts getting late. So it's time for us to go home. Y'all, there was just because we were in the country, to go home. We lived in the country. And she went around this, round about, and was skidding around that fucking corner and almost dumped us on 2 wheels in the fucking car. She was so drunk. And we get home, and Grandpa said, "How'd y'all do?" Talking to us. And we told her about what Granny did, or told my granddad what Granny did. Y'all, he was freaked out. Said, "Well, you could have killed my grandbabies." But anyway, Granny would always cook breakfast, but the breakfast was for herself. We always got peanut butter toast. That's why I think I hate peanut butter. But lately I've been eating it because I guess I need the protein. Because I refuse to eat the meat for some reason. I just don't want meat. But anyway, Granny passed out when she got there, and we asked our dad, or our granddad, if we could make music for our mom and talk to her on the phone and play the music for her. So see, he said, oh, that's a great idea. So we went and got all our pots and pans. And we called my mom and made the music for my mom. It made my mom cry. And so we started crying. And that's when Grandpa called my mom. I think that was like 2.5 weeks later to come and get us, because that was bullshit what Daddy did. And my granddad got all over my dad's ass because that was bullshit, you know. And the thing was, is we went over to my dad's, when my dad first took us, we went to his house, you know. And his little wife, Sue, was there, and she hated us. Y'all, she hated our guts. And she was so jealous of little bitty kids. And she was 15 when she got pregnant with my half-sister. But anyway, we go to their house, and we get in the tub, and my dad was a car man, so he went outside and was messing around with his cars and told Sue to give us a bath. Y'all, this bitch done and took a bottle of shampoo and dumped it out in the bathtub, the whole bottle, and went and got my dad and said that we dumped the whole bottle of shampoo out. And my dad whipped our ass, and we tried to tell him that we didn't do it, that Sue did it because she doesn't like us. And so my dad didn't believe us. I mean, what? We're just his kids. And so she whipped our ass too. And then my mom found out about it. This is LA Skin Tint. But my mom found out about it, and she went over to my dad's and whipped that bitch's ass. I used this on the outer. First, I used this all over my eyelid. Oops, this right here. And then I used this on the outer and inner eyelid, and then this in the middle. But I think I need to darken that outer corner up, because it just, it's not dark enough for me. Y'all know me. So I'm going to put some water on this little brush here and rub this into the pigment. And I will leave this palette open because of its being wet, and I don't want it to mildew because it's wet. So I will leave this palette open so it can dry. I just need a little more color there. Okay. Now we're going to take just the very tip of it. Whoa. Maybe I'll put just a little too much. Oh, I'm using the wrong brush. Okay, we got it off because my stuff is still wet. What you call it? I'm going to do some color correcting because, you know, my eyes don't look like I want them to. I'm just going to put some color corrector on there. Here. Here. Maybe right here some. Yeah, she was a complete bitch. And then when I got older, I invited them over, and I was, you know, we were remembering stories. And then I said, Sue. And Daddy was there, and my sister, Sybil, and then my other sister, no, Stacy. And I said, yeah, you remember that time that we were at your house and Daddy said that we needed to take a bath? And you dumped that whole damn bottle of shampoo in the bathtub and then called Daddy and told we did it. And Grandpa, my dad said, what? And I said, yeah, she whipped our ass for it, but she's the one that did it. He got upset about that. And when he was grown, and I was like in my 30s already, but he got pissed off about that. Why would you do something like that? Huh? Why would you do something like that? Lie to me and say that my kids done it. I said, well, hell, it's over with now. It's kind of funny now. He didn't think so, y'all. And, yeah. He didn't think that was funny at all. I had to do it. She was a fucking bitch to us. But anyway, my eye is acting stupid. I'm going to leave this palette out to dry because I don't want to close the lid and it carries that moisture in there and we'd be fucked up. And my sister, half sister Stacy, she's between me and my sister Teresa. My dad was still an alcoholic for most of her life. So she's seen all the bullshit, that my dad had done, beat on Sue. When she turned 16, my dad didn't do anything for her. So he blames her for my mom and him getting divorced, but that was his doing. It had nothing to do with Stacy. But he bought the youngest kid a car for her 16th birthday. And he had dried out by the time she was born, so yeah. Stacy's seen it. She's seen all that bullshit that he did. And I kind of felt sorry for her. But she was always so jealous of us for some reason. And she'd say, well, my dad done this, my dad done this. And my younger sister Teresa said, hey, bitch, he is our dad, too. He was our dad before he was yours. But your mother was a whore. And I'm like, Teresa! I said, damn! But it was true. And after that, I said, y'all, we are all siblings. We have the same fucking father. Yes, he was an asshole to us. Why were you going to, defend him? He was my daddy first. Who gives a fuck? The man's a sorry motherfucker. And she loved her dad, yeah. But we didn't. I did forgive him, though. He came over here and he had gotten real skinny and sick looking. And I said, Daddy, what the hell's going on? He said, what do you mean? I said, I can tell. And he said, what can you tell? I said, something's wrong with you. You got cancer or something. And he said, how in the hell do you know that? I said, I can just tell, okay? And then he said, yeah, I guess it was, he had prostate cancer. And he came over and he said, I want to say something. It wasn't Sue's fault. all that stuff that happened. I said, oh, hell, we know that, Daddy. We know it wasn't Sue's fault. It was yours. You fucked up. And y'all, to the day he died, he still loved my mom. And he wanted so bad to get back together with her, but she refused. I used LA Colors bronzer. And this is the color. Y'all, this is so pretty and it's so blendable. I mean, look at that. Let's see here. Look at that. It's so blendable and pretty. So, yeah. But, anyway. My dad was a complete dick. And he came over and said that he was truly sorry for the things that he had done, and it wasn't Sue's fault. And we're like, we know that. You were grown. You did that shit to us, you know. And I told him, I said, Daddy, our life was hell because you cheated on my mom. And then I told him some stuff, you know, the stuff that we were molested, all of us. And he freaked out. And I said, I mean, it's too late for you to be freaking out now. You know, if you would have let Mama be with that man that wanted to be with Mama and was going to take care of all of us, it would have never happened. It would have never happened. And then I said, I mean, I forgive you because it made us stronger. We are good adults because of the stuff that happened to us. And in my opinion, that helped us to grow. And he's like, oh my God. He was stunned. He couldn't answer. I mean, he could not answer because he was just stunned. And then he said, well, who done it? And I said, one uncle did it to Wanda. One uncle did it to me. And then he was devastated. He was truly devastated by that. But, I mean, he should have took care of us. You know what I mean? But I did forgive him. He came over and we hung out for a while, and I told my best friend, come over so you meet my dad. And then I told him I loved him and I forgive him for everything that, you know, that went on and all that kind of shit. Because I don't want to feel guilty after you're dead and all that bullshit, but I have nothing to feel guilty about it. That should come upon you. Anyway, this is Ellen Tracy. And I got this from Five Below. And I used this color. And then I use this color on top of it. There we go. You can see it better. Aren't those pretty colors? And I do like this one too. And I have used it. And then that one on top of that one. But yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. And y'all, I did change a couple of things around with my lipstick stuff. And anyway, yeah. But, and I got this from LA Colors. We're going to try it out and see what it looks like. Oh, it's very pigmented. Ooh. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I got a couple more of these coming. And some essence. And Shop Miss A. Shop SHOP MISS A as an apple. You can get palettes for $1.55 or $1.88. And it's some pretty stuff, y'all. I mean, really pretty stuff. I forgot to get mascara, so hang on, okay? Let's see what we got here. No, this doesn't want to open. Why? You being a bitch? Okay, we'll use you when you're being a bitch. This is... Shit, I can't see it. One time when we were real young, about the time that we took the chocolate X-Lax. This is, God, I can't even read it, y'all, with my glasses on. I mean, my sight has changed so dramatically that I can't even see it with my damn glasses on. But anyway, we were outside playing, and we had this game that me and Wanda made up. And we the game was that you had to be blindfolded, and we talk, and one of the other ones helps you to walk around, you know, over here, touches you and say, come here. Me and Wanda made that game up. And we blindfolded Teresa, y'all. And we start walking her around. And we start walking her around in dog shit, cow shit, chicken shit, and horse shit. And she just kept on walking, and it was getting on the top of her feet and her ankles. And we're giggling and laughing. This ain't doing anything. I mean, we be some mean asses, you know. Mean. And then she said, I'm going to take it off because I don't want to play this game no more. And she took it off and looked down. Oh my God, y'all. She took it down, or took it off and looked down, was covered in shit. Me and Wanda was laughing our ass off, and my granddad came out and he goes, what is going on here? And Teresa was crying at this point and said, Grandpa, they made me walk into cow poop and horse poop and chicken and dog poop. And Grandpa said, why would you do something like that? And he said, oh no. Oh, a couple of weeks later, we tried to play that game with Teresa again. And she said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go tell Grandpa. We were something else. Rotten. I mean, absolutely rotten children. We used to go, my grandfather would take us to our great-grandmother's house because he said that my grandkids need to see their other side of their family. So he would take us to my great-grandmother's house, which we knew her as old lady. We didn't, you know, that's what everybody called her, the old lady. And we were just little bitty things, and all of us had really long hair. And the old lady said, Them kids' hair is too long. That's probably really hard to brush. And so when my granddad came and picked us back up, all our hair was short. And he was like, oh, son of a bitch. Sybil is gonna freak. Because my granddad's name was Cecil. And my grandma's name was Sybil Penny. But she didn't like us. Especially me. This is Roller Lash by Benefit. Apparently when I was a baby, all I did was cry. And then when we got older and me and Wanda was talking about shit that went on when we was young. And she's like, you know, I'm sorry that Granny was like that to y'all. I said, Wanda, you didn't do it. Granny did that all by her fucking self. And so she was like, I know, but I just feel guilty. I said, Wanda, you shouldn't be feeling guilty about shit. Granny done it. That was her doing. Because y'all, when we did something bad, Wanda never got spanked. Ever. Ever. But we always did, and she'd say, go pick me a switch, and it better be a damn good one, because if it's not, and I have to go pick it, your ass is going to be worn out. Y'all, she would leave whelps on us, up and down our butt and legs, because she was hitting us so fucking hard. She's just fucking mean. I mean, maybe that's why we became mean, is because of her. But anyway, we was at my grandma's house one day, and our half-sister Stacy came over, and she had impetigo or something, and she was in the bathtub, and we were in there fucking around and shit, me and Wanda, and we poured alcohol in the bathtub. And she started screaming because it was burning her body. She started screaming and hollering, and Granny came in and said, what the hell is going on? And she said, they poured alcohol in my bath water. And Wanda said, Granny, we did not. She did it. And we did it, but we didn't get in trouble for it because Wanda said she done it. That's how it went with Granny. She believed everything Wanda said. But I remember when my mom did get us back, she had bought in a house for us to live in. That's the one that the stove had a leak and it blew out the back of the house. But anyway, my grandma and grandpa used to go down the road, because my mom said you will never see them again, ever. And she went to court and got custody of us, full custody, because my dad didn't pay any child support, didn't help us, he stole us. And my mom explained to the judge about what he was doing and to her and what happened and all that kind of stuff. And then the judge set us up on the bench one by one and asked us who we wanted to live with, so we told him Mom. And the judge told him that Granny and Grandpa weren't allowed to see us at all, including our grandpa, and it devastated my grandpa, and it actually devastated my grandma. They used to come by the 7-Eleven where we called in the bomb threats. They used to sit down the street from that and just watch us playing for hours, to watch us play in the yard and stuff. And then she never took care of herself. She was an alcoholic. She just didn't take care of herself. She died at the age of 46 of female cancer, which the doctor said if she would have had this tested and taken care of, she would have never died. She died at the age of 46. My sister Wanda died at the age of 47. My grandma on my mom's side died in her 90s. My great-grandmother died in her 90s of cancer because she dipped snuff. And she had no thing right here. It was just all one big old open hole because she dipped snuff. It was disgusting. But she died of cancer. Like, I think she was 98 or 99. She was almost 99. And I guess I've got their hands and their body build. And I keep up with my health, my mental health, and my physical body health. I go in when I'm supposed to, like Wednesday, I have to go to see my psychiatrist, which, you know, she hasn't seen me in, I think, 6 months. So. And then my prescriptions are due, and they can't fill them unless they see me, refill them unless they see me. So she said, well, come on, we're going to just make it to set up now so you can come in and see me. So I said, okay, that works for me, whatever. So anyway, I go in 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the look, guys. Look at those grains. I love it. 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 Okay, my loves, my beautiful ladies. We are all beautiful. You know that, right? Do you know that? Can I hear you say it? Come on, all you guys, let's all say it together. You too, okay? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. We are beautiful. We are gorgeous. We only wear makeup to enhance our beauty. You know, this is still us underneath here. We're only putting color on. It doesn't, like it brings out my eyes. Those are the same eyes I had before I put the makeup on. We're all beautiful. We only wear makeup to enhance our beauty because we like it. We like the way makeup makes us feel, but that doesn't make us beautiful. Because we are women, that's what makes us beautiful. We are kind, we are loving, we try to take care of one another, and that's what we should do. All women should stick together and help one another out, because depression is real. And women, I mean, I can tell when someone is depressed, maybe because I've gone through it, and I still get depressed. I mean, I get seasonal depression, and sometimes it's just an off day for me, and I just want to stay in the bed. Especially if it's raining or it's cloudy or dark looking outside. That's when my seasonal depression kicks in. But my major depression and PTSD or whatever, they have that under control with medication, because I do have very bad anxiety, and I do take 2 different anxiety medications to deal with my anxiety, because it is pretty damn bad. But with my meds, because I take them every morning and every night, I handle my anxiety issues. And then because I take medication for major depression, I am who I am. This is me. This is the Kelly, okay? If you're depressed, please get help. Tell your doctor, tell your mom, tell your best friend, tell your spouse. But if your spouse is the reason why you are depressed, get a hold of a hotline and let them know what's going on, and tell them that you have no place to go. okay? They will get you a place to be, and they will get a restraining order against him, and you will be safe. You and your children will be safe. If you have children and your husband is abusing you and your children, you need to do that for your children. If not for yourself, do it for your children, because that's just bullshit. I hate a man that hits on a kid. I volunteered for children that were abused mentally, physically, and sexually, okay? I did that because that was my background, okay? I know how it looks and how a child reacts to being done like that. And y'all, I have babies that come in there that were sexually abused by their own father. I've had children come in there that had cigar burns up and down their legs, on their backs and stomach and arms. Even one came in and he had cigar burns on his face, right here. And I would talk with the children unless they were babies, and then I would be like, I guess you would call it foster care, but I would keep them, like if they just came in that day and they had no placement, I would keep them and be that placement until the next day, or even sometimes 2 days. And I would be that person. And the best thing that I could do for a child like that was to hold them in my arms, kiss them, and show them love, and show them that it was going to be okay. And rub their wounds. I always rubbed their wounds, you know, the cigar burns, or when they were beat or whatever, I would rub them and tell them I'm going to help it get better. And then they always said that I had a profound, that's exact words, was a profound effect on these children. That most of them, 99% of them, came out of it and they would still have to have a lifelong therapist, which I have a lifelong therapist, and that's okay with me because I love my therapy. It helps me. It helps me to help other people and to come with the terms of self-forgiveness, because you think it was your fault or whatever, for that to come into play and to know it's okay, that it's going to be okay, that you will get through this. You will never forget it, but you will learn to deal and learn to live with it and be happy, okay? And be happy again. Your self-esteem will rise. You just need to get the professional help that is needed, okay? Do you hear me? You get the professional help that you need. This is not something that can go away just because it goes away. No, when your mind is fucked with that so bad in that way, your mind is always going to be there and bring that up, okay? It'll bring that abuse, mental, physical, or sexual. It's going to bring it up. You have to learn how to deal with that. And the only way you can do that is to get help, okay? I love you guys. Each and every one of you, okay? You are special. We are women. That makes us special. So, I love you guys. Please like, thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I love my comments. Did you hear me? I love my comments. I do respond to them, okay? If you need to talk about something, I'm here. Comment, and I will give you my email, and we can chat that way, okay? If you need to talk, I'm here, okay? I love you guys, and I'm going to say bye-bye for now because I got to go send Charlotte's package out, okay? Charlotte, I'm going to come back and do a video of, or no, I'll send you a message or a picture of your order coming to you, okay? My ladies, I love each and every one of you. Y'all just make me so happy. I mean, y'all just make me so happy. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.